Konnichiwa everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be playing another game of Locker of Death. So nakalimutan ko yung game. So last time, pinuntahan namin yung village nila Karina. So now, we'll continue on with the next chapter, chapter 10. Second to the last chapter na to. So next time nito, yun na yung huling-huli. Okay, so napindot ko to noon last time. So ngayon, bubuksan ko yung book na icon. Ayan. We all freeze at the sight of the ghost. Oh no, she's between us and the door, so the only place to run is deeper into the house. Even if there's a back door, I don't know if Ruby can last that long in here. Tinuloy-tuloy ko na, so yun yung next again. Parang gulat pa tong multo. What do you want? Okay, so hindi siya makakibo, bakit? Without a word, the ghost fades from sight. Huh? She just left? Look, something's there. On the floor below where the ghost had hovered sits an old tattered notebook. I cautiously walk forward and pick it up. Did the ghost drop this? Come on. We can't talk about what happened once we're out of here. Right, let's go. Outside the village is as quiet and peaceful. Outside, the village is as quiet and peaceful as ever. The things that happen inside the house almost feel like a dream already. I take a closer look at the notebook. What? This is a diary. Karina's name is in it. This is Karina's diary. It might be the clue we're looking for. I don't know. Don't you think it's a little suspicious that the ghost would drop a clue to help us break the curse? Why would she do that? Why would you do that? Okay, what should I say? Kung may may tawag dito, may ruby, gagamitin ko yung ruby para kay Nodoka. So, as you can see, medyo na naman yung ilaw ko dito. So, kailangan ko nag-emergency light. Ayan. Okay. Hopefully, kita yung mukha ko. Okay, walang ruby. Maybe she wants to find rest. Yun siguro yung dapat na ko. Maybe she wants to find rest. She sure hasn't been acting like it. No, Jackie has a point. Karina might not be as actively malevolent as she seems. It's possible she wants to move on, but can't break away from the tragedy that binds her to this world. So then the diary will tell us what needs to be done. That's my hope. Okay, ano nangyari? Okay, it would explain why she just disappeared like that too. Maybe she didn't come to attack us at all, but specifically wanted to give us her diary. At least her investigation wasn't a total failure. Now that she's outside the house, she's starting to sound strong and confident again. Whatever the negative energies inside did to her, the effects are fading. Kailangan kong patayin yung aking selfie ring light dito. So, kailangan ko ilapit yung isang ilaw na ginagamit ko. Medyo siya, kaya yung baba ko lang yung nag-iilawan eh. Ayan. Yep. Ang hirap na ipwesto. Ayan. Dyan. Medyo, madilim yung aking ilaw. Mamaya try ko ulit buksan yung light. It's getting late though. Why don't we go to the inn? Do we have enough time for that? Should we keep investigating? We still have tomorrow. For that, we should look through the diary and then get some rest so we aren't trying to investigate while exhausted. Okay, if you're sure. Wait. Type mo lang yung character ko. Char! There's enough time for us to break the curse. There has to be. Okay, nice. Nice maganda sa inn. We have 2 rooms at the inn. One for the girls to share together and separate room for me. Lonely. Lonely rice. First, however, we gathered together to look over Karina's diary. Looks like she wrote a diary entry every day after dinner. Yep, keep talking about her daily life. But, yep, talking about her daily life. These all sound normal enough, though. She writes about what she was learning at school, her arguments with her sister, little arguments with her sister, playing tag in the park with her mother while her sister played with a doll. Nothing that would be out of place for any girl her age. Look at this line here. It mentions her mother singing a lullaby about wandering maiden every night before they went to sleep. Do you think... Yeah, I bet that's the song she sang to the victims. Twisting a childhood lullaby into a farewell song to your victims, how horrible. As we read through the diary, the entry starts to take a darker note. Karina writes about being teased at school and then bullied, both emotionally and physically, with the described incidents getting worse and worse. Some of these entries talks about betrayal too. At least one of the bullies was someone she thought she could trust. That must have been really rough. Not tough, but rough. Taray kung buksan to Oop! No wonder her spirits are so angry. The things those other kids did to her were horrible. Why didn't anyone stop them? Cases of bullying often go unchecked. It's an unfortunate reality. Okay, what should I say? I should agree with them. That's true. So, bullying is talagang ganun talaga. The teacher should have done something. Tama. The teacher should have done something. Such as punish the kids who were hurting her. Sometimes it only makes the bullying worse. Besides, she wrote the here as they felt she was exaggerating. That's not fair. I think anti-bullying policies are better now than they used to be. Remember, this happened 20 years ago. Yeah, I know. As we get near the end of the diary, the entries shift their focus again. Although Karina still mentions the bullying, now she's more concerned about the stalker following her around. She writes about seeing him on her way to school in the mornings, and again on her way home, always watching from the same spot. It's as she told the teachers about the man, and they thought she was making things up. Must have been a pretty nasty shock for them when he killed her, huh? I hope they've learned from that incident and take these sorts of things more seriously from now on. Karina must have been so scared at the end. It's apparent even from the way she wrote these entries that she thought something terrible would happen to her. She writes about feeling alone and abandoned. Oh, parang feeling ko depressing na yung feeling na yan, ha? Tomorrow, we should investigate the school. Not only was she bullied there, the stalker also watched her from nearby. If the school is important, that might explain why the curse used as a school locker. Good thinking. You mean we're actually on the right track? Oh, I hope so. Let's all try to get some sleep so we're well rested for tomorrow. Ay, yun po English talaga. Alone in my room, I look at Karina's diary. Pain and horror of what she went through is clear, but I still don't understand why her spirit would be so set on hurting people. Her ghost gave us this diary too. Is she asking us for help? Is there something we're missing? I read through the last few entries again. There, her despair begins to rise to the surface as she realizes she's in danger and no one is going to help her. And she was right. Her stalker killed her. With a shudder, I stare at the final, frightened entry, as though I might reach back into the past and change Karina's fate. But there's nothing I can do. That was the last time she ever wrote. Huh? I take a closer look. Wait a minute. The next page is stuck to this one, although the remaining entries are blank. It's possible there's one more entry after the one we thought was the last. What should I do? So, may natitira pang entry, bubuksan ko to. Yes, I'll do that with the, meron naman akong enough rubies. Check the final page. It's too important to ignore. Maybe it's just a blank. It'll just be blank. but if she actually wrote another entry, it might contain something that can help us. Careful not to tear the pages, I work my fingernails into the gap and gently ease the two stuck pages apart. At last, they separate completely, and I flip to the new page. Ah! I was right. There isn't a lot written there, but it's still Karina's true final diary entry. I glanced towards the door and hesitated. Should I get the others? No, they might already be sleeping. Besides, I don't even know what it says yet. If it's important, I can tell them about it in the morning. With that decided, I begin to read. Karina starts out this entry with another paragraph about her fear over the stalker, whom she felt had tried to follow her home the previous day. She talks again about how the teachers won't listen, but now she seems to understand why. She writes about her bullies have convinced the teachers that she might just make up stories for attention. Oh, bullies! Since there are so many of them, the teachers accepted their story as truth. That's not right. How could they do that? I keep reading, my stomach twisting with anxiety as I read Karina's agonized despair-filled diary entry. She writes about how she can't even ask her mother for help because Kana makes sure to distract her mother whenever she tries. What? I shout out loud, unable to keep my surprise to myself. Kana was her sister, wasn't she? Her sister, according to Karina's diary, is worse than the other bullies. The others just don't take her seriously and think it's funny to see how scared she is, but Kana doesn't believe her. Kana wants the stalker to succeed. No way. I read for the rest of the entry and then flip back to the start of the diary. Rereading the accounts of her daily life with this new context, I see things we missed before little hints of resentment begins between the sisters. Slowly, I start to piece it together. Although they were twins, it seems Kana thought their mother loved Karina more than her, and she was jealous of her because of it. Little comments that sounded innocuous on a first read through now jumps out at me. And the bullies, the one Karina felt so betrayed by. She never named the bully, but now it's apparent she meant Kana. Kana was the one of the bullies tormenting her at school while feigning innocence at home. That must be why the teachers were so ready to accept the bully's words over Karina's, since her sister was saying the same thing. They probably thought they could trust a family member to tell the truth. She thought Kana wanted her dead too. Of course, we know how things end up. With a chill, I wonder if Kana was actually right about their mother's favoritism. After all, their mother killed Kana and herself in response to Karina's death. Did she just snap from the strain, or was it because her favorite daughter was the one she lost? And now that I know Kana felt this way, too many entries seems to describe Karina playing with their mother while Kana played alone. Everything about this story is so awful. Was Karina the only innocent one involved? But then why would you start doing such awful things, Karina? Why would lash out at everyone in that? At the same time, however, it starts to make more sense. She must have felt like the whole world was against her, everyone conspiring together to enable her death. Once she died, maybe all that rage and anger couldn't be contained any longer. I rubbed my head and put the diary aside. The last entry doesn't shed any moral light on her death, or the nature of the curse, so we'll still need to investigate the skull tomorrow. Wait, what if Karina is the one who actually killed her? None of us questioned the final explanation of her death. Because of the stalker, everyone assumes it was him. But they have no proof. They never even found the body. If Karina escaped him or even managed to fight back, would Kana have taken matters into her hands? Did she hate Karina that much? That's sad. The more I think about it, the more I am sure learning the full truth of Karina's death is critical to breaking the curse. Something made her cling to this world instead of moving on. and her unsolved murder is at the center of it. We need to find her body, if possible. We need to be certain about what really happened. Would the school really contain a clue? I sure hope so. I set the diary aside, but I feel a strange kinship with Karina after reading her final entries. She felt her death creeping up on her, just like people affected by the curse. We're running out of time, just like she was. Please, Karina, if you can hear me, stop this. Hurting us won't change anything. Please. For a moment, I could swear I felt a slight chill in the air. Nothing happens. Still, I can't help but address her again. We'll help you find peace, Karina. I promise. Parang mas gusto ko yata ng kalab-life yung multo. Char! I turn off the light and get into bed, but I can't sleep. Everything we saw and learned flashes through my mind, although with the knowledge that we're almost out of time. Mana put my name in the locker, a day ahead of Ndoka. How will the curse count that? We might have one extra day, if the curse counts the time based on the Ndoka instead. Either way, it's so little time. We have to break the curse in time to save them. We have to. A quiet knock. A quiet knock pulls me from my thoughts. Yes?
It's Nodaka. Can I come in?
Of course. I get out of bed and open the door.
I hope I didn't wake you up.
Nah, I couldn't sleep anyway.
There's something I want to tell you. Mind if I sit down?
Not at all. We sit on the bed together and the doctor relaxes against me before letting out a loud sigh. Oh, sumandal siya sa akin. Nice.
It finally clicked with me. You know, Mana and I are in the ones in danger, not you.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. We're the ones who put your name in the locker.
Mana doesn't know. I never told her you put my name in too. I keep going back and forth on whether or not I should tell her the truth.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
A little scared, I guess. I never thought that would be waiting for me like this. That's not what I wanted to talk about.
He shifts against me and looks into my eyes. Ooh!
Even though I'm afraid, even though the curse has caused all this trouble for us, it doesn't change my feelings for you at all. I love you, Jackie. I really do.
Ooh! Her words hang in the air between us, and I'm suddenly aware of how close she is. Her face is inches away from mine, her lips still parted from the whispered confession. What should I do? Kiss her. Char. Ang dami mong Ruby. Sige. I lean in close, erasing those few inches between us. She draws a sharp breath, but doesn't move away. Instead, she closes her eyes. Our lips brush in a light kiss, and it sends a shockwave through me. I never thought I'd be kissing my best friend, and certainly not a situation like this, with the ghost out for our blood and death waiting on the doorstep. I banish a dark thought and kiss the dog again. She wraps her arms around me, and I lift my hands to cup her face as we continue to kiss. Ooh! In the night, with darkness around us, it erases any embarrassment we might have shown.
I didn't think you'd...
Do you mind?
Of course not.
Even in the dim light from the window, I can see her. I can see she's blushing.
I was hoping you'd kiss me. I've actually imagined this moment so many times.
Really? This precise moment? We've been friends for so long, I can't help but tease at the time like this. Exactly like this, the two of us alone together in my bed.
Don't say it like that.
Why not? It's the truth, isn't it?
It sounds so vulgar when you put it that way.
Vulgar? Come on, that was at least the least vulgar way I could possibly describe this.
No, it wasn't, and you know it. You phrase it that way on purpose.
But it's the truth.
Stop laughing so loud. Do you want to wake Mana and Ruby?
Oh yeah, the walls here are kind of thin, aren't they?
So keep it down.
What if I don't?
Then I'll make you.
How? Instead of answering, she leans in and kisses me again, muffling any sound I might have otherwise made. Nako, madadali yata ako nung curse. So that's how she'll keep me quiet, huh? I feel no need to argue. I return her kiss happily. Being quiet isn't so bad, with the right motivation. Time seems to fade away, until that exists in the two of us. At last, however, we separate, and Nodoka glances at the clock with a sigh.
I suppose I should get back to our room so I can sleep.
If you want to stay here, I won't tell anyone. She swats me with a mock pout and gets up.
I think I'll be able to sleep now at least.
Yeah, me too. The restlessness that so disturbed me earlier isn't gone entirely, but it's been overwhelmed by the deep sense of contentment. And don't worry, we'll break the curse in time, I promise.
I believe you.
Have to succeed. I won't let the curse take Nodoka from me. Yeah, kailangan.
Good night, Jackie.
Good night, Nodoka. Sleep well. With one last smile from me, she slips out of the room and shuts the door behind her. Para I feel bad for Mana. Alone again, it isn't long before I finally drift away into sleep. I wake up suddenly during the night. My chest hurts with a strange sense of pressure, as if massive weight is pressing down upon me. It's difficult to breathe. I open my eyes. Oh, Karina. Karina or Kana, kasi kambal kayo. Possible si Kana to. Wala siyang sinabi. And find myself staring straight at the ghost as darkness creeps around the edge of my vision. She's trying to kill me. What can I do? How can I fight a ghost? Will I be able to escape her deadly grasp in time? I'll find out next chapter. Oh, bitin. So I'll be buying the next chapter. I'm excited that will be next week. Okay, so I'm gonna buy a ticket. I'm gonna go, gagamit ako ng ticket. Okay, final chapter 11. So, finally, jowa ko na si Nodoka. Jowa na ba talaga? Okay, so I'm gonna leave this episode today. So, ang daming discoveries, the bullying, the whole story behind Karina. So, leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos like this. And as always, it's your gamer Loud Jokes. Sayonara. Arigatou gozaimasu.